Hi everyone, my name is Chen Wen Han. Today I'm going to talk about the income statement incorporated with solver. Before I go any further, let me briefly explain what is the solver. Solver is it's a tool inside Excel. With the help of the solver, you can find optimal, such as maximum or minimum value called objective cell, along with constraint or limits on the value of other formula cell on a worksheet. It is very helpful and useful tool, particularly for small or startup business, to calculate an amount of a sale price, a cost I need to set in order to reach my objective. So let's look at this restaurant called Han Chinese restaurant. Han is my last name, Chinese my nationality, restaurant. Han Chinese restaurant. It is a Chinese restaurant. As you can see, it's obviously a made-up artificial restaurant. Although I really want to open up a restaurant in one day as a career. As you can see, there are menus such as beef Wellington, tofu, lobster, sweet pork. I don't think a Chinese restaurant is selling any Irish food called beef Wellington, right? So, this is a restaurant, definitely, it's fake. And about the price, not the price of this and the fixed cost, these are real. These numbers are real because these numbers are determined by the average market value for small restaurant in the United States. So, although the restaurant is fake, these numbers are real. So, okay, let's back to our main topic, break even. So my objective is to figure out how much unit of each menu I need to sell in order to make break even. Before doing that, I really need to do what I first need to do was to to set up some necessary formula. For example, like this on the total units. So I use sum function to calculate the total units of the menu sold, and for the total revenue, I use the sum product, which is this times this, to calculate total revenue from all the menu I sold. About the total fixed cost, I use the sum function to calculate all the fixed cost. For the total variable cost, I use the unit sold, which is based on the solver, and times the total average cost per unit. And for profit, it's very obvious, which is total revenue minus total fixed cost, and minus total variable cost. All right. So after setting up all this necessary formula, I can go ahead using solver to figure out the amount of units I need to set. First, let's go to data and solver. As you can see, set objective. So our objective is that the profit is set the value of 0, which is a break even, and we need to know how much menu I need to sell. So by changing, I'm gonna select all the units sold for all the menu into changing variable cell right here. About the constraint, since this is a unit, it has to be an integer. So I select all the units sold as integer, and I click on solve. Okay, so I got all these numbers over here. So these numbers are basically my minimum goal to basically survive and to operate whether I can survive in the restaurant industry. So so conclusion for that one is any amount I sell above this amount, above this setting amount, I'm making profit of this. I'm making profit. If it's below all this amount, I'm basically losing the money. So this this analysis, it can really help me to figure out my minimum goal for all this menu I need to sell to make break even. Okay, let's go to our second worksheet. It's different objective, which is first I need to increase profit by 5,000 and decrease the variable cost, because since I survived first year, I need to do better on second year. So I might consider cutting the labor cost or some other cost. So I need to decrease some variable cost. So as always, I need to set up the necessary and formula. This doesn't change compared with the previous worksheet, so I'm not gonna go detail on this. So after setting all the formula, I will go to data, select solver. Here's something is a little bit different from the previous one. We need to set objective profit, which this cell, as value of 5,000, because we need to increase the profit by $5,000. And in the changing variable cell, I need to change units. So because I need to know how much I need to sell by compensating decreasing variable cost, which is I need to select another variable cost into variable changing cell over here. So here's a unit sold, here's a average variable cost per unit. So, and about the constraint, this is a similar same as the previous one. I just set unit sold as integer. And since I want to decrease variable costs, so I set all the variable costs from these two variable costs as less than or equal to 5. After I've done that, I click on solver. As you can see, there are number changes compared with the changing over here. So here's a here's finding I can extract from this this solver. First of all, I need to sell more, particularly on beef Wellington. Let's compare with the beef Wellington on break even. I only need to sell 69. On this worksheet, I need to sell more, almost double the amount of beef Wellington. At the same time, my average variable cost was decreased to $5 per hour. So in this case, I will probably cut the employee hours or cut down the amount of employee working at this restaurant. So this is a helpful tool to kind of a balance whether I should cut down employee and dramatically increase the selling of a menu, or have to make a balance. I'll have to make a balance out of this to different variables. So hope the conclusion is, although the variable cost is decreased, I need to sell more, dramatically sell more menus, particularly beef Wellington, in order to make the profit of $5,000. So this is a very helpful tool, particularly for my business, to achieve the goal I set up, or or a strategy I can use to maximize my profit. So thank you so much. Hope you learned something from me. Thank you. Bye.